decision to, and then he went to 21. And of course, I followed him, and once I got my paramedics, was no longer 21, stayed 10 and everywhere else. But due to his undaunting actions towards me, all trying to constantly tell me to join. I've got everything to thank for everything I have now. And I hope to do the same for someone else. Encourage them to make the best team's job. Hey, you guys are fine now. Enjoy it. Time went by, and I really love it. Thank you. Happy Sacramento.
Rodney, Dave Brooks, Stan Hill, Gary Rainey. Those are a few of the names that I'd like to honor because they came through for me when I was in real dire straits in my career. They were the true men that really stood up. And I'd like to thank them all. Anyway, basically I came on in May of '76. I was an Air Force crash firefighter in the Air Force Reserves. I was ducking the Army. I hope nobody blames me. After that, my brothers, Mike and Steve, they were in the city of Miami, and so I was definitely aspired to be a fireman just like them. And
hey, buddy, no bullshit.
Now there's a real true veteran and an example that was legendary during the time. Basically, I was awfully confusing to a lot of people in my career because when I first came on, I volunteered to ride rescue up there with Lake Hitchcock and Robert Suarez. And later on, I became what I think in most people's minds was the guru of the engine, and was mostly a structural firefighting type of guy, more physical. And a lot of people thought that I didn't like rescue. And I'd like to let everybody know today really what it was. I just didn't like rescue guys because they wouldn't let me participate in rescues anymore. So, as the story turns out, people do know I was one of the first groups of, I think the only group that ever came through and was actually taught the paramedic course on duty in the department, and it was all veterans. And they thought that I was there, and a lot of people were there just for the pay. And it turned out as soon as I got my license, I jumped right on down to Rescue 14 and rode rescue for 10 years. And then to really surprise them, Bill Moncrief kind of coerced me into thinking that the EMS division was a gig, that word gig. I'm here to tell you today that the EMS division is not a gig. If I had some form of showing you my ID card before I went into the EMS division and what it looked like today, I think that's the biggest deterioration of my body and my mind. And I kind of stuck with it because I got into the drop, and it was looking bleak, and I wasn't going to be able to stay on the department. And I kind of figured, I don't want to be in a position in this department that's too comfortable. I want to be able to, when I leave this department, I want to be able to raise my hands up and say, free at last, free at last, free at last. Other than that, the fire department has been the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me, my brothers, my father, family, and I appreciate it. And I love all of you. Thank you very much.
Rodney Robertson is asked to speak on a point of personal privilege.
Hi, some of you know me as Rodney Robertson from Rescue 35. Listen, I just want to say, I retired 3 years ago, and I'm a little PO'd at some of the battalion chiefs because my phone hasn't been ringing. I still get up at 6 in the morning, wait for that 6:30 overtime call. And I apologize for trashing the chiefs because I realized today I called the alarm office and they got the wrong phone number. I moved to Leesburg, forgot to give my new number. So I'd like to let you know I'm back on the overtime list. I'm available. I have purchased a Valentine radar detector, top of the line. I promise you, from Leesburg, I will be here in 45 minutes. And you don't have to worry about calling me for fire watch. I'll just take the overtime.
Would any other retirees like to speak? Okay.